What's up, rock stars? It's Rox coming to you today with a review for Power Book 2 Ghosts Season 1 Episode 3. So it's Sunday. Y'all feel free to sing along. Just a closer walk with thee. Granted, Jesus, if you please. Daily walking close to thee. Let it be, dear Lord, let it be. Amen. I gave y'all the shortened version today, y'all. That was one of my mom's other favorites. You know, she'd be in the background saying, just a closer walk with thee, just a closer walk with thee, just a closer walk with thee, just a closer walk. Was y'all singing in the background? Was y'all doing that in the background? Yes, Lord. Anyway, you guys, this episode was better than last week's. So I feel like we're doing okay. We're doing okay, you guys. Now I'm going to do it out of order, because it's going to be easier for me to review that way for the people that are new here. People that are used to old Rocky knows that sometimes we do it like this. So it makes the flow of the video go better. Anyway, you guys, the review, let's get to it, shall we? Let's start with Tasha. So Davis is mad at Tasha, okay, because he feels like she's been lying. And you need to stop, Tasha. Tasha says, I promise you I was not the head of this whole thing. Ghost was. She did not kill Terry Silva, and Overly Dedicated knows that. And that is the God honest truth. Well, Davis is like, listen, it ain't about the truth. It's about what we can prove. And you guys know that Auntie Annalise Keaton told us that. Tasha was just like, well, listen, just put me on the stand then. Of course, the investigator, you know, the partner, she was just like, absolutely not, you know. But Tasha was like, listen, I'm smarter than all these people. I can get up there. I know the truth. And I can do better than anything that Overly Dedicated will throw my way. So Davis is looking at her. He says, okay, you know, against the investigator's wishes, we're going to go on and put you on the stand, Tasha. All right. She says, thank you. She walks out and the investigator was like, are you crazy? Okay. We cannot put her up there. She's lying. She lies all the time. And Davis says, yeah, I know that. Okay. I know I can't put her up there, but Tasha don't know. Okay. Might have to teach her a lesson. Now, Tasha, that's handled for now. She goes back to jail. Meets up with old girl that needs the morning after pill. Okay, when the lady is walking by, you know, Tasha kind of sees it on the floor and says, you dropped something. And the lady looks down and then she was just like, well, you know, how'd you get that? And she was just like, oh, I got some friends, you know, that'll help me. You know, are you my friend? And the lady was just like, not really. Like, who are you? I don't know you, lady. Tasha was just like, look, I like the way you move around here. I might need you as a friend, okay? Can you help me out? Okay, what's your name? Okay, my name is Tasha Green. Well, they say that your last name is St. Patrick. Yeah, that last name seems to follow me everywhere. But trust me, I'm a Green. While they're talking, that damn nosy ass guard is watching them. She's on to them. Something, she knows something ain't right there. So she gonna keep her good eye on them. And at the same time, we also see somebody else take a picture of the two of them having a conversation. Who might that be? But we'll worry about that later, you guys. Next, we see Tasha. She gets removed from her cell. All right. The investigator, Paul, I believe is her name. She's taking her somewhere. You know, Tasha's like, where am I going? Why aren't you guys, you know, telling me what's going on? They take her to a glam squad. All right. What's this about? You know, putting on hair, putting on makeup, putting on nice clothes, look like the Tasha St. Patrick that we all know and love. They still don't tell her what's going on. Instead, they hustle her to court and she sees Davis and she was like, what's this about? You didn't tell me anything about me going to court today. You know, and the judge comes in and the judge is like, okay, the jury is coming in. And she was like, jury? Davis, what's going on? And he says, okay, Tasha, this is a mock trial. All right. You want to get put on the stand? All right, well, I'm going to put you on the stand then. See how you do. Tasha was just like, a mock trial? I can't afford this. I said, girl, that Davis is just tallying it on up, huh? Gonna keep Tariq at work. Yeah, we got to do this since you so big and bad and want to get up on the stand. So we put her on the stand. She does pretty good, you know. She's emotional. She connects with the jury. She's crying, talking about how James is, you know, the man behind the whole thing, how she was forced into it. Yes, she did open some accounts for him and, you know, do something with the money every now and again, but she was forced to do so. He made her do it. She was the one with the accounting degree. Okay, why we ain't never heard about when Tasha was in school? Now, when did she have time to get this degree? But anyway, she gives this whole, very intriguing tale about their move from Queens to Tribeca, from the dope house to the penthouse. When did it all turn? Well, you know what? She was pregnant with the twins. And they got pulled over, and she had to hide his gun under her maternity dress. That's when it all went downhill from there. Oh, the jury's like, you would make your pregnant wife hide a gun? Absolutely not. Okay, so she connected with the jurors. They seem to believe her. They seem to be sympathetic for her. So far, so good. Except we got a little trick up our sleeve next day. Davis has Tamika come in. She gonna act as the prosecution, the cross. When Tasha see her, she's just like, yeah, I fired her. I don't really want to work with her. Davis was like, no, she knows a lot about the case, more than anybody really. So this is gonna be the perfect person for it. And I just make a long story short, Tamika get up there and completely demolishes Tasha and her story. I mean, completely clowns her, gives her the blues, throwing all kind of questions at her about Terry Silva. Really kind of makes it very clear to Tasha that if you get up there in the prosecution, who is overly dedicated, who knows way more than Tamika does, you are really digging your own grave, girl. This is not the way to go, okay? And Tasha seems to figure it out, okay, as she gets tripped up left and right. She get to crying. She looking around, the juror is just like, oh, this girl ain't as innocent as we thought she was. All Tasha could say to everything that Tamika says was, it's not true. Well, baby, I'm sorry. It's not true. Defense is not going that ain't going to get you off the hook. Even the investigator looks over at Davis, and she was just like, yeah, I told you. And Davis just kind of smirks like, yeah, well, she had to learn a lesson. You getting on the stand is not a good idea. After the whole thing was done, the jury has voted unanimously that Tasha was guilty. Okay, she's taking off her makeup. She's all upset. But I wasn't the boss, And they just like, girl, hurry up. We got to get you back to your jail cell. But anyway, afterwards, Tamika's telling Davis, like, look, you think I was bad? Overly dedicated is going to be 10 times worse. Okay, he done overly dedicated his life, hence his name, to this whole entire case. So if you knew like I knew, you'd go back to overly dedicated and beg for a new deal. Davis asked her to join the team. She was just like, yeah, you know what? I've seen you convince a whole bunch of people of a whole bunch of things, but that will not be happening. He was like, come on, we could win this together. It'll be the Black Dream Team. Me, you, Paula. Tamika ain't falling for it. You're not going to be able to prove that the girl is innocent, Davis. I'm trying to tell you. Well, now Davis has to try it from a new angle. Weren't you representing Overly Dedicated at one time? She was just like, who told you that? He said, oh, it was in the paperwork. I mean, we have an investigator. She looked it up. She says, yeah, but it's still privileged information. I can't come over and talk to you about anything happened with Overly Dedicated. And Davis was just like, yeah, but I see that, Overly Dedicated needed your help. Okay, that's why he reached out to you. She was like, a good try. You good at what you do, baby, but I still won't be helping you. Okay, but I will be looking forward to my check in the mail. Thank you. And Tamika leaves. Investigator Paula, after Davis finished talking to Tamika, she says, okay, so can we quit this whole thing? I mean, it's clear that Tasha, is in trouble and we don't need these kind of problems. Oh, no. Are you kidding me? This big ass case? Davis got nothing but stars in his eyes? Oh, no, we about to go balls to the wall. Because Davis knows that this case is not about Tasha. It's about Overly Dedicated. Let's jump over to Tariq, Auntie, and the Tejeda family. Okay, and you guys, my husband is cutting the grass. Y'all know on Sunday he cuts the grass, so that's why you guys always hear that in the background. Anyway, we see Kane in the range with Drew, okay, running around, doing his rounds, collecting his money. Okay, Kane is the goon, Kane is the muscle, Kane is the one that got to whoop everybody's ass who don't fall in line. Okay, even go to one establishment and tries to beat old boy down when he don't have his money. Drew stops him though, because Drew's the diplomatic one. Pulls Kane off of him and tells the guy, look, you got till Friday to give us our money. All right, or else I'm not going to be able to stop Kane next time. All right, so they take it on home, and Diane is chilling at the house. Diane, and she gets a text message from Tariq. Hey, thanks for helping with my mom. Maybe I can talk to your mom in person, thank her in person. Okay, well, here come Kane and Drew, and Kane is laughing about, having to get out there and, exert his influence over the neighborhood. When Diane looks at her Instagram, though, she was just like, well, you was out there doing something. It obviously was not that much, because the GTG boys is out there wilding on the internet, okay? They on social media, on Instagram Live, you know, posting videos and shit, face all on the camera and everything. It was like, ain't this about a bitch? You know? So Kane want to go handle it. She was like, oh no, you got to go tell Ma. Oh, you know, Ma, ever listening ear. She comes in, she says, tell me what? You know, they all looking at her. What y'all scared for? You just said you need to tell her. Diana shows her the video. And she was just, ain't this about a bitch? Fuck them GTG boys, okay? And Kane was like, exactly, we gonna go handle this. Now, jumping over to Tariq, we see him late to class as usual. What's the professor white man? I don't remember what his last name was. Anyway, he's like, Tariq, do they have clocks over in the freshman dorms? Okay. Do you look at the clocks, or do you do like your folks on CPT? Listen, Tariq is in class, and that's all that matters to Tariq right now. So they get in class, and you know, Professor White Man, he got a problem with Tariq, you know. Tariq did read the book. It's something on Socrates, and you know, they're discussing Socrates and you know how he was operating, how he was moving back in the day. And it seems that Tariq has a different view of Socrates than all of the scholars and intellectuals that have read up on him in the past. So he disagrees, and he's trying to explain it to the professor, and the professor doesn't. The professor doesn't appreciate, you know, being challenged on this one. Oh, so you know better than all of the other people that have come before you. Well, maybe so. All right. Now, Professor Reynolds is listening in the background, and you know what? He's impressed by what Tariq has to say. Okay. He don't have a problem with it at all. And Tariq has the gift of gab. I told you, he's a great debater. He's actually a very smart young man. You guys see what they're trying to do with us with Tariq? They're going to make sure we like Tariq. So anyway, when they get out of class, you know, his his female friend, the black girl, she was just like, look, you got to learn. You got to learn how to play the game. Now, you in this college and, you know, you want to get up in here and be challenging, you know, Professor White Man and everything. They're going to make it hard for you. Just say what they want you to say. Do what they want you to do so you can get this degree and get the hell on. And Tariq was like, just let them win. And she was just like, yeah, just let them win. And then she slides in on him. You know, if you have a problem learning how to do that, let me help you. I said, look at her trying to get the one in on Tariq. He tells her thanks, but you know what? He got to go. All right, because there's some money out there to be made. So he texts old Mel Gibson and say, hey, you still up for making some money? And of course, Mel Gibson is down. Tariq takes it on back to the dorm room, and he got to deal with Zeke dumbass. Okay, this nigga ain't trying to do no kind of work. He in there playing video games. And Tariq was like, well, damn, do you do anything? Like, can you at least contribute to you getting off of probation? Nigga, I got my own school work too. I can't do your work and my work. Okay, Zeke was like, oh, you know, I didn't know it. Just dumb. But fine, if that's how you want to do it, okay. I've been doing this for you. You're going to do me a good favor. Okay, because you know Tariq is still trying to get in good with Auntie. He want to talk to Auntie about dating Diane. Zeke was like, fool, my auntie don't let Diane date anybody. Besides, Auntie told me that, you know, she want to keep school and personal separate. Now, next we finally see Lorenzo. And Lorenzo is a shot caller, obviously. He in jail, but child, his jail cell is plushed out. I mean, I guess when you compare it to other jail cells, he in there playing cards with the guards. Okay, got a beer, you know, things is good. After the game is over, remember I told you guys earlier that there was one guard that took a picture of Tasha and old girl with the morning after pill? Well, he goes in there and he tells Lorenzo, okay, well, the pill don't seem to be for Tasha. So she ain't fucking somebody that's in the jail. Okay, it was for somebody else. Look, she gave it away. Okay, Lorenzo is just like, interesting. But he can't talk right now because he gets a call. Hey, I gotta take this. Okay, he answers the phone. He says, baby, is everything all right? I wasn't expecting a call from you today. And she says, hey, baby, I just called to let you know that them GTG niggas is out of pocket and we gonna have to handle their ass today. Lorenzo was like, look, stand down. All right, don't quite go in there guns blazing just yet. Because, you know, they daddy took a bullet for me and, you know, Lorenzo feels like he owes them some. So let's give him a little bit of a break. Okay, send Drew in. Remember, I told you that Drew was the diplomatic one. Send Drew in to handle it. She was like, no, Drew can't handle this. Okay, let Kane go. Lorenzo's like, no. I said, let Drew handle it. So when she gets off the phone, she goes and meets up with the kids. And she says, listen, we're going to have Drew go down there and talk to the GTG boys. And, Kane was like, Drew? Everybody's like, Drew? And she was just like, yes, Drew. And Kane was like, no, let me handle this. I got this. And she said, did you hear me? I said, Drew. Y'all handle that while we at Zeke's game. So Drew has gotten his first big assignment. When Drew and Diana go walk off, Auntie is just talking to Kane. And she says, listen, and your daddy want Drew to toughen up some. So that's why we told him to go handle this. All right. But I'm not sure how he gonna do. So I'm gonna need you to follow him to make sure everything is good. Okay. And, what can Kane say other than okay? Now back to Tariq. Tariq and Mel, they hook up at a pediatrician's office. When Mel come out, we find out that he went in there, act like he needed to have maybe a physical with his doctor, and he was able to steal some prescription pages from the prescription pad that the doctor had. That was the whole plan. Okay, I was only able to get a few, and Tariq was like, that's all we need. All right, but he's gonna need him to go and get this medication. And listen, make sure that you just go and do mom and pop prescription places. Don't go to CVS, Walgreens. We don't need that. And Mel Gibson was like, I got you. Don't worry about it. My husband is really just wearing me out with this lawnmower. It feels like he just purposely coming to... I thought the nigga was about to flip over coming down the hill on the side just a minute ago. He finally finished. Anyway, it's the game. Diane, and Auntie are walking, and Diane is telling her mom that she really wants to go away to college too and go play ball. Why can Zeke do it and she can't? She was like, first of all, Zeke ain't my child. You are. Secondly, I know what I'm talking about. You ain't supposed to be going away to no damn college. You supposed to be with the family. The family is what matters. Mama, the family don't need me, okay? You got Kane and you got Drew. And she was just like, yeah, I got Kane and Drew, but you think that they can handle things? Like today, your daddy wants them to go and handle this situation with the GTG boys. You really think Drew is going to be able to just handle that on his own? No, absolutely not. That's why I sent Kane in there to back him up. Anyways, this whole situation with Tariq. She done had some people look into Tariq, and she don't know what's up with this Tariq St. Patrick, but he bad news. Everybody he hook up with either ends up in jail or dead. I was just like, and all these people that's doing this research, ain't nobody turned up nothing. Nothing. Listen, you guys told me last week was like, well, you got Roxanne, that Ghost was, down in the, was really, really unknown. And that's why they don't know who Ghost is. And I got all that, you guys. But I'm still trying to figure out why don't nobody have there's no kind of nothing about St. Patrick's name. Nothing. Even Tasha, and the fact, even them they should know something about Tasha's case, Angela's case, Ghost being the lieutenant government. It should be something. I'm sorry. It just should be something that they should have, even if it's not about James St. Patrick himself. It should be something about the whole situation with Tommy. I mean, it's not like this whole case is completely unknown. She's dealing with a fucking police officer. You would think that they would have some sort of idea. Okay, so just the fact that everybody is this blind on it, I'm not convinced. I still think that that's a flaw in the writing, but maybe it'll change eventually. Auntie tells Diane all that to say, listen, keep the nigga away. She don't want nothing to do with Tariq. Speaking of Zeke, we see him. He's in his suit. He's not dressed up for the game. He's still on probation. We got cocky white boy who's playing his position. He ain't as good as Zeke, but oh well, he's still gonna do what he gotta do because the scouts are gonna be there today, and he's letting Zeke know that in the locker room, okay? And of course it's getting under Zeke's skin, but what can he do? But don't you worry, I'm gonna be off of probation soon enough, and then I'm gonna take my spot. Cocky white boy was just like, yeah, whatever. The coach comes in there and he says, Zeke, when you gonna be off of probation? He was like, soon, coach. coach. Okay, can I warm up with the team? And coach says, no, that's against the rules. You know you can't do that, but you can do press after the game. He was like, I don't want to talk to no reporters. And he was like, I don't give a fuck what you want to do. You going to talk to the reporters after the game. You better fall into line, Zeke. But anyway, outside of the game, Tariq catches up with Diane and her mama. And he's thanking them for the help that they gave for his mother. Auntie, she ain't really got much patience for him. She in a bad mood. She already had this conversation with Diane about her going to school and all of that. She kind of giving him the cold shoulder. He was like, maybe I can sit with you guys at the game. But when they tried to get in the game, and Tariq was with them, she tells the people at the front that, yeah, they there for Zeke, and it's just two people. So obviously she ain't trying to let Tariq sit with them, So damn, Tariq was like, it's like that, And the coach comes and pulls Auntie away. So while Auntie is over there talking to the coach, and the coach is explaining to her that, yeah, Zeke ain't playing today because there's still some, issues with his dumb ass and his grades and his probation and everything. But don't you worry about it. We still working on it. It's a little red tape, but it'll be handled. Diane is telling Tariq, yeah, my mama, she in a bad mood today. Some shit is going down. Some people that work with us, they just real foul and out of line. And, it's just a whole bunch my mama dealing with right now. Please excuse her bad mood. And then, of course, when she mad, she take the shit out on me. So, you just kind of like a byproduct of all of that. Tariq was like, don't worry about it. It's all good. Okay. He gonna figure out another way to get to Auntie. So when he walk away, Diane calls and says, hey, Pop, can you do me a favor? And I said, oh, Pop must be Lorenzo. You guys, I was not clear on the situation with Epiphany and the white boy. Y'all gonna have to tell me what was that about. So we see Epiphany, dressed as like, a good time. She goes to some random white guy's apartment and she acts like she was paid to go in there and have sex with him, I guess. Okay. Of course, she's doing this as a favor to Tariq, but I'm not clear why. She handcuffs him up and Tariq texts her and says, make sure you keep him occupied until I text you back. And she says, okay, but I don't know what that was about. So obviously I have missed something. I probably need to watch it again. And you guys just explain that part to me, please. Thank you. Now, let's jump over to Drew and Kane and GTG. So we see Drew, he looking like he a little nervous. But, like I said, this is his big assignment. He's going in there to meet with the GTG boys. And, GTG, old boy, is real. Like, he just, fantastic. And the nigga got his girl there and he's snorting cocaine. And it's a big ass party around him. Just a whole bunch of out of controlness, right? And so when Drew goes in there, at first, old boy act like he want to fuss with Drew. Drew tells him, listen, my mama wanted to give you your props, how you handling things. Trying to smooth the waters diplomatically, right? And he was like, oh, really? Oh, okay, well, sit down. Let's chop it up. He pulls out his phone and he's back on Instagram Live again. Him and his girl, they all smiling at the camera, about to put the camera over on Drew. Drew knocked the phone out of his hand like, fool, is you crazy? That's what I wanted to talk to you about. You need to chill. He was like, I need to chill. Yeah, nigga, you need to chill. You doing too much. Okay, you bringing way too much attention. Of course, things is about to get real bad there, so Kane has to come in and save the day. Because Kane has been watching the whole time from afar. Drew was about to get his ass beat by one of these GTG boys, okay? Kane is the muscle. Kane is the goon, okay? He about this life. So he go in there. Kane had to blast a flat jammy a few times just to let everybody know, because GTG, you ain't gonna be talking about Auntie saying some old disrespectful shit and get away with it, okay? So yeah, that was the warning from Kane, the way they wanted to do it in the first place. So when they walking out, Drew is all mad. I told you I had this. I didn't need your help. Why are you here anyway? While they out there talking, here come the police pulling up. Whoop, whoop. All right. Oh, they ain't got time to talk no more. They got to run. All right. So when they take off running, in the police is Latino lover. All right. Along with his partner. And when he sees Kane and Drew, he's like, of course, his partner, ambitious white cop, goes running after them. And, they go hide around a corner. And Drew was like, I ain't killing no cop. And Kane was like, no, you not. I am. So let me handle this. Shut up. Ambitious white cop is about to come up on him. Latino lover pulls up in the car and was like, hey, partner. They went this way. You don't want them to get away, do you? right when he was about to catch him. But he was like, no, of course not. So he runs and gets in the sheriff car with Latino lover and they drive off, okay? Ooh, close call. But Drew still wants to convince Kane that he had it. And clearly, Drew, you did not. Now, back at the game, well, after the game, Zeke is sitting down with the coach and the cocky white boy. They're talking to the reporters, and, the cocky white kid is acting like he was doing all the good things, and people was there to see him, but we don't care about you. All right, Zeke, what do you have to say? He says, yeah, I thank old boy for keeping my spot warm, but he ain't got to worry about it because I'm going to be off of probation by the next game. Well, coach, is that true? Do you know anything about that? And coach was like, let's not jump ahead of ourselves. We just gonna see how things pan out. But auntie is proud. Her nephew will be back on the court soon enough. So she goes on back home and the Latino lover is there. Listen, you better be glad that I was there when I was. The block is super hot. Look. Okay, he shows her on Instagram. These GTG boys got your son on the damn camera. Are you okay with this? Well, of course, auntie is not okay with this. As a matter of fact, she's quite pissed. He says, you better stop working with these boys. They don't give a fuck. They not old school like the ones that you used to work with. You need to cool off. You need to kind of slow up the business for now. She says she can't do that. He says, you're going to have to or they're going to get everybody caught. She says she can't afford to do that right now. He keep on trying to convince her, listen, the block is hot. The block is hot. And she got to calm him down. So here she go kissing old Puny. All right. I was just like, ooh. So obviously she gonna calm him down with a little sex. While she's about to get ready to fuck him, she get a text message from her husband in jail. Oh yeah, Lorenzo. Lorenzo says, come down and see me tomorrow. I said, girl, I guess you gonna really be... Girl, that cooch is about to be put to work, ain't it? Now, next day, we see Auntie, and she is at the prison. She's actually laid up with Lorenzo. I said, that Lorenzo show got it nice, don't they? And it's a little pillow talk. At least we think it's about to be. But, no, not quite. Lorenzo tells her that you need to loosen up the reins on Drew a little bit. Let the boy handle most stuff. And let Diane go to school. I'm telling you, I know best. Now he's edging right next to my car. So anyway, Lorenzo is trying to calm her down. Listen, baby, I know that this is not how things were supposed to be. Damn it, he's supposed to be the one out there running the business. But that ain't how things are right now. But don't worry, this is the best way that he know how to do it. So let him just handle things. Trust him. He is trying to make sure that she and the rest of the family are all right. And then back at the school, you guys, Tariq, he talking to his homegirl. They're about to get their report back that they had to write on Socrates. When she opens her envelope to see her score, she got an A. And when Tariq opens his, he gets an NC and no credit. And he was like, what the fuck? Okay, I know I did some good work on this report. So he goes and talks to Professor Whiteman. And he says, Professor Whiteman, why is it that I don't get credit for this? Why did you fail me? And he was just like, look, I ain't got time to be writing up no grades for you. I am way above the grading process, okay? The papers is graded by Professor Reynolds. So if you want to talk to him about it, then that's what you need to go do. So Tariq goes and talks to Professor Reynolds. Hey, why did you give me a no credit for this? And he says, well, Tariq, the school don't need another brown noser. You gonna get in here and you either gonna do what you believe and say what you believe, or you gonna do what you think they want to hear and say what you think they want to hear. You didn't write that from your heart. You wrote what you thought that the Professor Whiteman wanted to hear. And that ain't how we operate around here. You're going to have to stay true to yourself. You're going to have to stay authentic and say exactly how you feel. Don't come up in here with this bullshit about what the white man want to hear. Or else you ain't going to make it in this class. You ain't going to make it in this school. Tariq was like, well, can I have another chance to fix it? And he says, nope, the grade stands the way it is. But hopefully you didn't learn your lesson. And Tariq was like, oh, you best believe I done learned it now. Listen, if anything, Tariq know how to say how he feels, child. So I guess we ain't going to have any more of them problems. The way that Professor Reynolds is always going off on somebody, you would think that he had his life together, but not exactly. Because later on, we see Professor Reynolds talking to a graduate student, and you can tell she likes Professor Reynolds. I mean, he's a good enough looking black guy, and he's a man of authority. And yeah, she is an impressionable graduate student, and she is talking to him about the book that he wrote about Professor Milgram. All right, at least that's what they assume that who he's talking about. He says that's not about Professor Milgram, but anyway, she was so impressed by the book. Okay, and it seems to have turned her on too. All right, so she's flirting with Professor Reynolds and seducing him at the same time while they're in his office with the blinds closed, door closed, all of that. We hear Professor Milgram get into her office. Doesn't really know that Professor Reynolds is in his office at the time. You know, she goes in there to sit down at her desk and opens up her laptop to do some work, and then she kind of hears some noise coming from Professor Reynolds' office. Well, honey, that would be fucking. Professor Reynolds made the decision to act on his impulses and fuck on the graduate student. All right, right there in the office, pulls her clothes off and, you know, do it to her against the wall and everything. Professor Milgram, well, damn it, being a sex addict that she is, she can hear what's going on. She know fucking when she hear it. I was just like, girl, you gonna go join in? I didn't know what she was gonna do. She was just sitting there listening. I was like, girl, what is you fixing to? Please don't go fuck this child. She doesn't say anything. And I was just like, now, does he know that she's out there? Is this part of their little game? You know, him turning her on by having sex with somebody else? You know, it's so twisted there. You know, she kind of listening and she got this look on her face. I was like, what is this look that you got? It's not quite discussed, I can tell you that much. So anyway, she gets up and she walks out. Now, when Auntie leaves from the prison, she go back to the house and she mad at the boys for shooting up the GTG spot. Kane was like, the shit was out of control. Drew was like, no, I had it under control. She said, oh, really? Did you know that your face was on Instagram Live, fool? I am so sick of you fucking kids. I'm up here fucking this old puny Latino just to try to cover you guys' asses all the time. And I'm tired of it. Just get on out of my face. Get the fuck on, please. Sends the boys away. And then she looks over at Diana. She says, and did you contact your father on the family burner and ask him to go to school? And Diane was like, no, I did not. She said, go get the burner. Auntie looks through it and she was like, oh, okay, I guess maybe you didn't, but still, I done told you once before, you ain't going to no damn school. I don't give a fuck what your daddy say. Your daddy in jail. I'm not. I'm the woman of this house. I'm running this house. You do what the fuck I say. But you know how us mamas can be. We know. When we know something, we know it. Okay, so she's looking all through Diane's shit. Where's the burner? Where's the extra burner? Mama, I don't have nothing. Why you going through my stuff? What is he doing? He's really trying to get on my nerves, you guys. Please ignore that noise. Auntie looking through her stuff finally finds a burner. Okay, Mama, that's mine. Mama don't give a fuck. She throws it down on the ground and she crushes it. How did you find it? Because mamas know everything. Remember that, kids. Auntie is so pissed off that she take her ass down to the school. She go to Zeke's dorm and she tells Zeke, I thought I told you to leave Tariq alone. And he was like, yeah, Tariq is helping me, Auntie, and he want to talk to you. So she was like, Zeke, go on out of here. When Zeke leaves, Tariq brings a bag of money to her. And she was like, what's this? I don't need this. And he was just like, listen, it's way more where that came from. All these kids at this school, all they do is party and study. And damn it, they could make a killing. Do you hear me? All kind of money. She said, I don't trust you. And he said, you trust me with Zeke? And she was just like, yeah, but that's different. We ain't talking about drugs and money and time in jail. He says, well, listen, we got to keep Zeke in school. We already know that. I'm the one that's going to keep Zeke in school. And why can't we make a little money on the side of all of this? You know what? I could work for you. Nobody would even know about it. If I work with you, nobody can know. And Zeke can't be around in any of it. So you know what? You can't stay in here with Zeke if you work for me. And Tariq was like, fine, that's fine. I got somewhere else I can stay. Should she, shouldn't she? His phone rings and she sees. I know I'll be pissed off when my kids miss my call, so maybe you better answer that. Tasha's all frantic. Tariq, do whatever you got to do to help Davis because I'm in a whole lot of trouble here. I really need your help. So, of course, Tariq is like, Mama, don't you worry. He got it. Tariq has moved back in with Mel Gibson, okay? The band is back together. And at the same time, we see Auntie calling Lorenzo. They got to keep their good eye on Tariq. Something's up with that kid. Lorenzo agrees. But you know what? Let me reach out to his mama, see what he can do. Tasha's in bed. You know, she gets a call on her burner. And she was like, hello, Tariq, is everything okay? I didn't expect you to call me today. And Lorenzo just says, this ain't Tariq, but he about to start working for us. So the little nigga better listen to everything that we say, or it's going to be bad times for y'all. And Tasha is sick. I said, girl, what you upset for? You just called him and told him to do whatever you got to do to pay Davis. What did you think that meant? He was going to get a job at the grocery store? Bagging bags? And his check for $523.18 every 2 weeks was going to pay. Tasha, stop it. All right, you guys, that is it. Let me get off of here. This has been long trying to get this video done with Mr. trying to tend to the lawn. So let me get off of here. You guys make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.